Hi again everyone, Adrian Hughes here with Hughes Tech Reviews, and tonight we're taking a look at another dashcam, the Viofo A119. So this is the primary dashcam that I have in my car, and I have had it for probably 4 or 5 months now, and it has worked fantastically. So this is my first dashcam, and I am very impressed with all the support I've received from Viofo themselves on the Dashcam Talk forums and all the other users on there. The senior users that have provided their support and advice to other users on there. No matter what dashcam you're using, it's fantastic, great advice, lots and lots of help, and I must commend them for the job that they're doing. And also do check them out at dashcamtalk.com/forum. That's dashcamtalk.com/forum. So here is the box itself here. Here's the A119. It records at 2K, 30 frames per second, and 1080p at 60 frames per second. So you do get that smooth, slow, fast motion, video there. Smooths the frame rate out a lot. But as always, you do get a lot of more resolution and detail at 2K. So it's going to help in those instances when you have a nasty accident and you need to capture that license plate number. So what else do we have here? We have a Novatek 96660. Sorry, I don't know how many for 6s and 9s I've got in there. 96660 chipset, sorry. And it's using the OmniVision OV4689 sensor. So this isn't a Sony sensor, this is an OmniVision sensor. So this is a fantastic camera here that works very well in low light and nighttime. Does pick up a lot of light without too much noise, and it works fantastically in daytime without any exposure blowouts or whatnot. You'll see that in my camera samples later on in this review. So we'll just have a quick unboxing minus the mini USB cable which is in my car at the moment, plus the USB charger. So the USB charger does plug into your cigarette car lighter, 12 volt, and it has 2 USB ports, which is quite handy. So you can charge another phone, or you can just chuck that USB cable for whatever other device you're using with it. So as is the case with most dash cams, we have the G-sensor motion detection, quick release mount, which is just slide it off the adhesive that you've stuck to your windshield. 2-inch display here, 160-degree rotation for the full glass lens, and as I said, the Novatek chipset and OmniVision sensor. And it is super capacitor powered, so this isn't a battery one, it is a capacitor one, which is fantastic in hot climates because it doesn't have a battery, doesn't swell up, so it's going to last you a lot longer and won't have any battery warping or overheating issues. So anything else on the box? Not really. There is another version of this. That is the GPS version. Works very well from all accounts, and basically it adds a bit of bulk to it, and the mini USB connection is on the GPS mount itself rather than on the stock A119 here. So that's to power it, and that's about it for the outside. Have a quick look what's in the inside. So I've taken most of it out, didn't have the camera in there. We do have a quick start guide in English. Just goes through basically what the buttons do, what their functions are, blah blah blah. Very short manual, but very detailed and very concise, which is good for all users. We do have some spare clips here, some that are left over, so this is for the mounting of the cables there. I've used them already, most of them, in my car. And this is a 3M adhesive mount, VHP. This is a grey mount. I do believe there will be an upgraded version that will have the black mount. As you can see there, if I turn it, it's grey. Doesn't really make a difference to what I'm doing, you know. But black does make it look sleeker, considering that the dashcam is sleek itself and it is black, so it does tie in a bit better there. So this is a string for the removal of the adhesive from your windshield. So let's just chuck all that aside and let's take a look at the camera itself. So this is the Viofo A119, as you can see there. So this is where it slides onto the adhesive that you've put onto your windshield there. Just slides up when you want to remove it and down. Pretty straightforward. We've got the mini USB, connection there, AV out. I believe, no, that's ventilation holes there on that side. And on that side there, we do have a micro SD slot there and a reset hole button, and that is the microphone there. So this does take micro SD cards up to 128 gigs, I believe. Do be careful. I'm using Alexa 1, Alexa 633X, but I think the lower series are 333. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, the lower one, that should still be alright. It's using the correct type of, I think it's either MLC or TLC. One of them, anyway. Look at Car Cam Central. There is a good guide on there by Andrew there that does go through the types of flash memory, because I did try a SanDisk Ultra card on here and it did run into issues with not recording the footage properly. So we do have the sensor there, as I said. It's a bit hard to see. There it is there. So it is fairly well protected there. If I run my finger on it, I'm not going to actually hit the lens. So yeah, I had that problem with the TubePad D501 that I reviewed last. I could just put it on there and it'll smear it up pretty fast, even when I adjusted it. So this does adjust from side to side, as you can see there. Now let's just have a quick squizzy at the camera itself. So we have the power on and off button, menu button, that's a recording button, emergency button, so you press this when you want to capture the 3 minutes segment of the incident that has occurred in your car, and the microphone on and off. So we'll just switch that on and have a look. So this is set to the 2K resolution, 1440p, 2560 by 1440 at 30 frames per second. So if I press record there and go into menu twice, it should bring up the actual menu there. This is a bit hard to see, so I will turn it on its side. So resolution, you can go on there, you can select whatever you like there, 1080p, 60 frames per second, or if you're so inclined to have the super slow motion smoothed out, then you can do it at 720p at 120 frames per second. Got loop recording, so you can set how long you want your loops recorded on your memory card for. Got exposure, so you can set that up or down. Scales, wide dynamic range. Time-lapse recording, 100 milliseconds, 200, 1 second, 2, 3, 5, 10, 30. 5, 10 minutes if you're so inclined. Motion detection, on or off. GPS, on or off. Speed unit, miles or kilometers per hour. G-sensor, which you can set to low, middle or high sensitivity. You get a bump to your car or the device to tell it to stop recording. This is the lane departure warning system, forward collision, date stamp, GPS info, camera model stamp, which does say Viofo A119. Turn the mic on or off, screensaver. Screen, turn it on or off, LED, date time, time zone, language, English, whatnot, beep sound, frequency, image rotations. So with the latest firmware update, you can rotate it left, right, whatnot, to fit the orientation of where the camera you have installed it. Format warning, car number, so you can add some extra text in there if you like, and firmware version, which is at 2.0. So I must make a quick note of the fantastic support that Viofo has given with their firmware updates. So they did release a 1.1 update, which did add quite a bit of optimizations to the firmware. Did have the Turkey language added, all the options for miles per hour, kilometers per hour, GPS info, also some improvements to the image quality of reducing the nighttime video noise and optimizing the metering. And a couple of weeks ago, we did have the version 2.0 firmware, which did add the image rotation support, 100 millisecond option for time-lapse recording, Romanian and Polish languages. 3-second option for screen subbing, improved the sensitivity for G-sensor, and fixed a few bugs. And there also was another important change that they didn't mention in the actual changelog, but some eagle-eye users have noticed that the recording quality of the 2K footage has gone up in bitrate from 20 megabits per second to 24 megabits per second. So that is quite fantastic to see, and it will help quite a bit. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and again, thanks again to Viofo for producing such a fantastic, wonderful product. You'll see it in the video camera samples that I'll post later in this review. And well done to them, and also the other fantastic users on Dashcam Talk Forum. So that's it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you again on the next one.